worked so hard. This guy didn't know what the hell he was
Every single German worked their ass off.
None of them complained.
It's hard working with stuff you don't understand. You don't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
What's that for? What's this cable? That cable. You want to go down on the thing at the end?
Huh?
At the end you want to go down on it?
Crazy. You go down and
I'll go down.
You will?
Sure, man.
Superman will go down in it.
I trust.
To go.
I have faith.
It just came out. That's all.
Okay. Tripod lights. Hey! Hey, Andrea! Hey. Good morning.
Would you marry me? Andrea, would you marry me?
I'm gonna come down on it.
Come down on it. I'm gonna go down on it bad. Dirty.
Ago, you gonna make another movie soon? In fact. Oh my god, it got disconnected again. What?
The real movie.
Look, I'm gonna try to connect it without the help of anybody, yeah?
Behind the scenes.
Still need the help. What's going on right now? We just wrapped.
Are you going down on it? Are you gonna go? I mean,
Sure. What time is it?
yeah, you can film it. You can shoot it.
Yeah. What time is it? Where are we?
I don't even know.
10 till 8, man.
And where are we?
Pacha.
In the Mediterranean.
And what did we do last night? Hey man, thanks.
Just see it.
Sorry. Thanks. Oh, thank you. Steps.
Grab me all over?
We're leaving now.
We're leaving.
We came in Oh no, it was nighttime.
We executed Willy.
Willy. In fact,
We planned, we committed, and we executed.
and we did.
Now we eat.
And in fact, because it was so well planned.
Grazie.
No me pueden firmar ahora.
Gracias.
Primero el contrato.
It's like the Hawaiian.
Wenn du mir sagst, nichts anderes. So um die Uhrzeit gestern, oder?
Se ve Pacha, no para atrás.
De lado la cámara y mirando para acá. Ya. Con Michael.
Conmigo.
The camera crew. I don't know. Did it take it?
Do it again. No, I didn't hear the noise.
Who knows?
the noise.
Let's go.
Let's go where? Where are we gonna go? We have nowhere to go.
I heard. Let's go. We're going.
This. Why? Why are we doing this? We could be somewhere else, you know? We could sell real estate. We could be operating people.
Just found the real reason why our cocks is the last to go in the room. What's the day he was eating a lot of beans. You see it at midday.
He didn't want anybody near him. Nobody. He said, I don't want anybody.
Why didn't guys? Let's pack. Let's go.
I don't want anybody in my
You guys didn't feel like packing?
Wait, there's nothing in there. You're cold. You gotta put the
As a
You didn't
matter
feel
of
like
fact,
packing?
Yeah, because you got
yes, but being the
you
last
were busy.
day, being the last day of shooting, we were thinking that actually
Did I do something? No, can you just take me now? I started off with an elbow right here, and then everything else has been downhill since then. I just need to get like a couple fingers amputated.
Let's all just watch Andrea load.
Your body
That
part.
was so funny when we got that done in the island.
You're doing really
That
good.
was hilarious. I think it had quite a
You know the nice thing about those batteries is that they fit one after another, like very nicely.
Sure.
Yeah, and this is how you have to do it. It's just so awesome.
Come on, guys.
Come on, guys!
Hurry up.
Where's your suitcase gonna go?
Come on, guys.
Yeah, the guys are
Come on,
filming
guys.
the girls.
Augusto.
Yeah. Come on, guys. I heard that. That was incredible. I was like, he's nominated. He's gonna be nominated for an Oscar.
So Augusto, what were you thinking while
Well, I
you were
said that.
filming and we lighted up the smoke in the car Cox room?
The smoky what?
When we put the light, you see all the smoke around the car Cox. We thought, well,
In the middle, you know.
The light was burning?
You mean the bubbles?
yeah, it was the smoke.
It was bubbles.
We need to put
We had this white light.
the tripod.
Whoa, and all the smoke around him. Started to light it up.
Good job, Carlita.
What do you think?
See? Don't say I don't help.
Very late.
Hugging himself.
People are coming out of the clubs.
I don't know what
so
happened
early
with
today.
Carla. There was one shoot, we were shooting something, and everybody, when everybody was
The
doing
feedback,
this,
the camera
and I
feedback.
said, action!
Camera
And
feedback.
Camera
and she
feedback,
kinda
look.
goes like this.
A fight of the cameras. Really, a friend of mine told me that
she exit the group with
Come on, let's take one digital still of all of us. The last, we'll have someone do it. Come on. Are we done here already? You guys are taking.
with that background, with all the bottles from the clubs. That's cool. Right here, guys.
Where's my bag?
Forgot the wardrobe case. Can you please shoot the wardrobe case? Just shoot the wardrobe case. That is
Fucking pain in the
that's the
ass.
wardrobe case. Okay? For the wardrobe.
Where is that
7 days for this case. It took me 3 days to figure out what the hell was in this case.
going? I was like, why does he carry his suitcase everywhere?
Always
I'm obsessed.
I thought it was the money, you know? The budget. I don't know.
No, that would go in a little purse like this.
If you've noticed,
punch like
I've never actually opened that case.
That would be the
Because I
money
carry
case
the
would be
camera
like this
with
big.
me.
So what do we do with this?
Don't you have?
Where are you staying?
No, because I can't. I would like to stay there with you, but I with my
We
elbow.
understand that, but where are you staying?
Right there at my friend's
You
apartment.
don't like the company.
No, I do.
Oh, you're
right
staying
now-
at your friend's apartment. Your friend has an apartment? Wow.
Can we stay in a friend's
Can we,
apartment?
yeah, can we all stay there?
Yeah, actually, yeah, each one of you.
She's the girl.
Can I
He's
stay
a
there?
man? Is he hot? Is he single?
You're going to whose apartment? You're going to whose apartment?
We are all going to
Aw,
the friend's
He
apartment.
has a Hello Kitty
Actually,
on his.
oh. Shoot, geh mal bitte sagen. Jetzt haben wir es geht.
Let's take the picture with the, of us with that background. All the bottles from the clubs. 6 days of clubbing.
Take care.
Thanks, bud. Thanks, Carl. You were great. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for all your help.
Sebastian,
Yeah.
thank you very
Bastian.
much. Huh? Thank you so much. Good job.
Bastian, see?
Yeah, thank you, Basti. Ciao.
You did a good job. Good effort. Ciao.
Should have breakfast.
We'll shower, sleep a little bit, and then we'll go.
Do you want her? I don't know.
I think it's better we go. They want to go.
What are you doing later? Andrea's doing her own thing.
Andrea,
She's not coming with us?
Monday night to the club.
Oh, she's going somewhere else, huh?
To the club.
Where's Andrea going?
To her friend's house.
That we were. What happened with that shot of the watch? Did we do it? Yeah, we did it. That's a product. Yeah, okay. Watch the cops.
Product placement.
But what I totally envisioned could be done with a no-budget movie happened. To what? To loosen the spell. Yes. Yeah. But, I mean, I have an international sales company that handle. But there are certain territories that we sold. I think we sold to Redbus.
Really?
We sold something to Redbus in the UK this year.
I'll find out.
No, DVD rights are still available. Yeah. So, yeah.
Bitte.
Yeah.
Definitely.
They're available for the UK. So I actually what? Yeah. Yeah, I have one actually. I have a book. You can have a copy of my book.
There you
Oh,
go.
wow.
It's your birthday present.
The Book of Omens.
And this is what it looks like on the inside.
It comes with Lucinda
With
Spell.
Lucinda Spell.
Right
Oh, it was.
on the corner. It's right on that corner.
That is absolutely brilliant. My God, John, you're a man of all seasons, aren't you?
I know.
My God. Uncle, you didn't tell me he was so prolific.
No,
Huh?
I also have the best-selling Tai
I thought I
Chi
was dealing with an
DVD in
English
America.
guy on a beach in Miami with nothing to do. But talk to me on the phone. God. No, it's there.
And
Which one? This one?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
You want me to keep working on it? I'll get it.
But
Aga? Better.
That is great.
I like the idea of cross-promoting products.
Incredible
I mean,
tasks
and I
and
thought
but it's empty.
very nonchalant.
it's a fun book because it chronicles
Yesterday I lent it
basically
to
from
a few people to make
1995
phone
when I
calls
was
to the
actually
USA.
penniless in,
I don't know why.
in LA.
Now it says no credit.
But with my mission to make this
I wonder
movie,
why. I wonder why.
and it chronicles
This is just a
3
very short
years
phone call.
of me putting it together. But during the 3 years, which makes it incredible, Michael and I made about 10 movies together
My God.
during this period.
Really?
So instead of it just being like this one slog to make one movie,
God,
it
it's a
becomes
quiet
this
one.
incredible, incredible roller coaster ride of independent filmmaking in America.
That is fantastic.
So it was a fun.
The
Yeah.
Cinder spell. I love it. Yeah. That's great.
And from the scene, you know, then when it comes out, hey DJ, and then you see in a matter from the scene, the Cinder spell. You know, like.
Well, that's right. You got all the little. We got the connotations.
Like Outkast, when they came out with their fourth album, they finally.
Well, John, are you going to
Sorry.
sign it for him?
Of course, for my daughter, Rachel.
That's my mum.
That's your mum. She was a Miss UK.
Yeah.
I don't believe it.
Yeah.
What a work.
1962. Because we worked
Because
very
he
close.
knew.
I know,
yeah,
she told me.
I
She
told
told
John
me.
that I'm a judge on Miss World. Sure.
My mum.
2 years running. Yeah.
Rosemary Franklin was my mum's great friend. She actually recently died in LA, but she was Miss World in '61. So.
You know, all the photographs are still in Golden Square.
yeah,
You know, as you
you
walk
walk
into the
in.
Miss World organization,
They're still
they
there?
kept every year from I think 50. Is it the 50th year this year, or last year? Anyway, from 50, every picture as you walk in of every Miss World. I think there was 5 or 6 from India, and I think India won 3 years in a row.
Yeah.
But,
You're a bit late there, but you could have done. You could have auditioned for Harry Potter.
Yeah, that was for Bachelor's Square Shaped Suit. It was a commercial. They
I
built me a
remember.
square head for it. I guess you can see the head's a little square.
When was that?
there was no room. I'll never forget that. I was so embarrassed. He says, "Come in where, Elliot?" You know. It was such a tiny office in Seoul, and we were so proud to have a little office in Seoul in those days, above the temple, the Whiskey Go-Go, and it was just. I was still at university. It was unbelievable. But you know. Anyway, I went to see his father's office, and guess who his partner was? Lionel Siegel, who's got the shop at Marylebone Road, at the end of the studio. The textile shop.
Lionel. Oh my God.
That's the guy.
That was your
It's near Church Street.
Yeah, that's
It is in Church Street.
Yes, that's it.
That's
I
where the
remember.
recording studios are.
I remember my dad saying, that's where Lionel's got his place.
That's it.
It's really
And
funny.
I hadn't seen him for years. Obviously, his background. He went, but he came out, and next I know he's got this shop, and he's having a sandwich where, when we go to have a sandwich.
Because I used to deal in antiques for my friends.
Oh, did you?
Lionel's still
Quid, and how
That was a lot of money,
how my
20 quid
dad
in
was
those
betting
days,
on the
probably 2
horses
quid,
in the
yeah.
meantime, and this and that. Really funny. And at the end of it, it said, which was the incredible thing, after 2 years of making whatever records, etc., etc., Adrian Jacobs and Lionel Siegel left the music business forever, and this collection is their musical legacy. Yeah, so I kind of found my dad's legacy on the internet.
Do you know who bought the masters in the end? Which company bought the masters?
It's all in that little compilation thing. I think it's Crusader Music, because it was the guy that produced Neil Christian's stuff, because Neil Christian and the Crusaders.
Yeah, sure.
And he was the producer that they developed it all.
Right. And so he bought it.
Yeah, he's got them all. And I don't know what he's doing with them, other than market, do not X-ray, like Art del Gusto, market as well as possible. And that we trust to put it in the hands of the heavens that it doesn't get X-rayed. The only way we can get a step closer to comfort is because my concern is only that it has to get off the island. Not that they're probably worried about terrorism
I
here
agree.
particularly, but
No.
if we were really paranoid, we could maybe take it by hand to and boat to Madrid. Is it Madrid? Yeah, and then
Barcelona. Barcelona by boat. If you're going to go by boat, it's Barcelona.
And then FedEx it from there, which would at least be in the hands of a proper FedEx office instead of a what's it called?
Maybe that would be worth your while.
A licensed FedEx operator or something.
Okay, I'll tell you what I want to do, and I hope Peter can give me the answer. I hope he's at home, because I insured it. My specific instructions were it's going to go by FedEx, but I want additional insurance on top of the FedEx insurance. So we insured it for $250,000 in case anything happens. Now, the problem, I think, if we take it ourselves, we may lose.
Well, also we
cover.
have to, you know what the issue is? It's not so much whether we lose it.
So did I.
Stupidly, just to try and
You also paid the VAT.
Pay both.
Oh no, you paid the
That's
VAT.
what I'm saying. I paid
Yeah.
it. Yeah, you paid it as well.
No. We paid 614 VAT, but
they didn't give me a proper invoice. So I'm waiting for them to give me a proper invoice.
But the question is, why do we have to pay 640 VAT and now they will charge then also the VAT if it's not considered?
Why will they charge VAT again?
Because when you, I mean, we
Well, can I
had.
tell you something?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, VAT works in different countries differently. You're absolutely right. I'm VAT registered, OVC Media.
Me too.
So technically speaking, I shouldn't be paying over here, but because I think it came addressed to a Spanish address, which is non-vatable address, I think that's why they charge us
That's
VAT.
why.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if it come to, let's say, your company via whatever, with an address in Ibiza, then your company would have given them the VAT number and you would have avoided it. That's what happens. Now sometimes also in England, even though I'm VAT registered with all my companies, what FedEx say, fine, pay the VAT and reclaim it back, which I can do instantly.
Yeah, exactly.
But obviously in Madrid, you and I can't reclaim it. We have to go through a whole procedure.
Yeah.
A, we've got to find out if we can reclaim it, one. Two, what the government procedure to reclaim it. Each country is different. You saw when we were at the film festival.
Yeah, that's
even
normally
that,
what they do. Yeah.
Yeah, but even that, by the way, do you know that receipt they gave me?
Yeah.
I sent it, then I said, oh, it's the wrong type of receipt. We got to go back and get another one.
I know.
So, you know, governments will spend all their time and effort to make
it
sure
more difficult.
Absolutely.
I know.
Yeah. And we spend all our time and effort, waste our time and effort, I should say, to try and claim back something that we should not have paid in the first place.
I know.
You know. But,
And they want to keep it.
Of course,
Yeah.
absolutely. This is why you're lucky in the States. You've got 300 million people. You've got all these states. I know you've got your federal and state tax, but it's so much easier. And that's why you're such a powerful economy, because they say the common market has broken all the barriers, but they're still unbelievable, right? They're still unbelievable.
Still unbelievable sometimes. Yeah.
Sure.
When you, I think how it was 5 years ago. Only if I wanted to go to, and now it seems absurd that I live 1 hour and a half from the Austrian border, and Munich for me is 3 hours and a half by car. And until 4 years ago, I had to go. Well, I traveled 1 hour and a half, and there was this border, a long line of cars to wait, everything inspected in the car. Then you travel half an hour, there was this other border between Germany and Austria, other line of cars, wait there, luggage inspected, and finally you arrive in Munich. And
But now it's
only,
not like that.
No, now there's no borders anymore within Europe. There's only the border at the entrance to Europe.
Most of the time, we go too far and then have to go back. You know what I mean? So, even though sometimes you might think, well, everybody's just interested in the DJs, let's just have an extensive interview right here because this is a big guy. But the bottom line is, if it truly stops the movie dead, we can't do it because we don't have it's not even it's nothing. Yeah. It becomes a piece of this whole thing becomes a bunch of exposed film that we're shoving in people's faces. Yeah. It's very important to move it. So it's nice to cut back and forward between multimedia, between video and film under the right circumstances, but not necessarily to. Well, you can cheat. You can even get extra. I mean, if he has suddenly on one of the tapes there's a great line that wasn't on another one, we can. It's possible.
I think that's the decision that one has to make once you've had a chance
to
evaluate.
Just to give that thing, like in the rock, I mean, even the Elvis Presley thing that's inside, it's not in the quality of the movie. It's more, I think.
Oh, it's old 50s film. It's actually
it's better.
Film. It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very, very nice.
I believe you bought the rights to that.
Yeah,
fantastic.
Bought it.
Fantastic.
So it's very nice quality. I did a digibeta transfer from the 16mm stock and did a
It
real
was on
clean
16mm originally.
Yeah.
Of course, it had to be, sure, that's right.
It was a little old newsreel from a defunct.
5-inch, like a 5-inch green box, yeah.
Been in a cabinet for 25 years.
My
40,
God.
40 years in a reporter's cabinet. It was sold off with his estate and put it on auction. And there's just one clip in there. It was a big press conference, so it was covered by 50 different TV stations. So, but the thing about this one, there was a little line at the end that I couldn't find any other reference to in any media, in any of the reference books on everything. There's books that quote Elvis for everything he ever said publicly. And so it's not any on any of the comprehensive DVDs, and it's not in the books. So it got kind of like this unique little line. I think they probably cut it out because it was just a little bit risque for the news. You know, it was like Elvis, the guy says, you know, hey Elvis, you leaving any special girls behind when you go overseas? And Elvis goes, well, not any special ones, quite a few of them though. So the news didn't want to show that because that's just a little.
That wasn't the image that the colonel wanted.
Yeah, well, he's going into the army and he's saying, I'm leaving lots of girls.
That wasn't that wasn't the image the colonel wanted him to have, though.
So it never made it.
Can you say the line one more time, please?
Hey Elvis, you leaving any special girls behind when you go overseas? Well, no, sir, not any special ones. Quite a few of them. That's it. That's my unique piece of lost Elvis footage that nobody else has got. And, anyway, so yeah, but we can play around with all that footage. Just she's a warrior.
In fact, I like very much the scene in the movie. It's very powerful.
Yeah. Tina's a warrior. Samoan blood, that's what they are. They can't.
Well, I suppose let's put it down to Tina doing some promotional work last night.
No, she was
for the benefit of the film.
But both of them, Tina was saying, you better make sure don't close the deal. You've got to keep this gang for a couple of years now.
You trained Tina well then, huh?
Oh, that's what I told you about Tina. She's hard. She's a trooper.
I was very impressed, I must say, really. The way she handled everything at the pool, I was very impressed. And
But
the interview that
if she drinks too much, though, even at promotional events,
I think
she has to be held back.
I think yesterday.
Isn't you and I great? We don't have that problem at all. We don't know what drink is. Well, you know what you know what pineapple juice is, and I know what grapefruit juice is. Between us, or bitter lemon, we are the kings of the drink.
But we can pretend to be drunk.
Exactly.
You don't
With
drink
my
alcohol?
bitter lemon,
No, I was
I don't
watching
enjoy
actually.
it.
As a friend of
Argo
mine
last
said, I
night.
get high on life.
He was so high, just having a great time, and I was impressed.
Imagine years going to Paris, sitting down at lunch with the head of my record company, and each time he brings out these magnificent wines, and he says, Elliot, you've got to try this one, please, today. Okay, now. I take a sip, I say vinegar. He looks at me, take it away. This goes on for 2 years. In the end, he gives up. So what does he do? One day I'm having lunch in Viltaneuse with Vogue Records, and the girl comes in with these bottles of water, and he puts special ear on them, so that to give me, taste this year. Are you happy with this water? If not, this is going to be your water, as a joke,
In fact,
because I refused to drink his wine.
The other
so he
day,
labelled the waters, especially with the year, and got me to taste the different waters. Which one appealed to me? That would be my water from now on.
But not the region. They all came from
Exactly.
the same region.
That's it. Absolutely.
in fact, the other day when Roberto and Michelle, they asked me, "Well, try a little bit." I said, "No, you know why? Now I have to work. It's better." I didn't want to tell them that.
You don't drink.
After many years, I've stopped telling people. I just say I don't drink, and that's I don't enjoy it. No, actually, the words I use, which is absolutely right. I don't want to lie. I don't enjoy it. That's why I don't drink. There's no medical reason. I do not enjoy it. Why force myself to have something just for the sake of keeping up appearances? It doesn't make sense.
No, and then
I'm honest. I just say I don't enjoy it.
and then as you've seen yesterday was really perfect, super enjoying everything. Although we were working, because I was there with this guy for the lights. There, was trying to keep was talking to the owner.
Sure.
Keeping
It was a great high actually last night. You couldn't really get higher.
No, in fact, it was perfect. And although yesterday we had to remain into different frames. The frame of our schedule, the frame of the scenes, the frame of the strict rules given us by by the owner of the
He
place.
seems like a nice guy, the owner. Huh? He seems
Very
like
nice.
a very nice
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
I think we did good by them.
Yeah.
Right?
It's and he likes he likes very much. I told him the story. We putting together a crew in 2 weeks. He was really thrilled about it.
Well, they let us in, which is a great thing.
Yeah.
I mean, what production value? How much does that cost a studio? You can't. They can't do it.
No,
You see?
no, you can't create it. You
Well, they
can't
have to
create
pay
that
for it.
vibe. Even, yeah.
Yeah, they have to pay for it. So one shot, one scene like
And
that.
not only that, it's the pre-production as well. They will have to send somebody over, plan it as well, you know.
I think you guys have done so good.
Look at this.
It's good.
Oh, look at that! That's a great shot.
Yeah, he's a nice guy. Oh, that reminds me, I've got to
That's
go
a
back to the
hilarious
hotel and
picture.
pay his room. Remind me.
Okay, we go back
Yeah,
to
I've
the
got to
hotel.
go back and pay his room.
Which one?
Yeah.
Oh, this guy was great.
Yeah, a nice guy, very nice guy.
He just sent me a message because he wants the picture.
Oh, he
Because
sent
the other
him
night,
that one, 'cause
the other
that's
night he
so
called me. I go, can you send me some pictures? So I'm gonna
Actually,
send
he may be one of the characters for the.
This guy?
Yeah,
Yeah.
could be one
My
of the
favourite
characters.
of all
Yeah.
the DJs.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you know why?
He's Italian.
He's Italian.
He's an
Of
Italian.
course, of course, of course.
Oh, I got.
No,
I
I mean-
never
Hey,
have
Argo.
guessed
Hey,
it.
let me
I
ask
mean-
you,
I
is
wouldn't
Argo
have
gonna be
guessed
one
it.
of the
I mean-
DJs?
His favorite. You can't. No. That's not
No.
the reason. Argo would not say that.
No, no, no.
Because he's.
But because of this, because like me, he's Italian, and both of us, me and him, we knew from a long time, but we both come from nothing, and Italy in music is nothing compared to the UK. But now he is very successful, and what we achieved, he achieved it through, you know.
Yeah, but he sold 3 million records at 15 years old.
Which is phenomenal.
Yeah. I mean that's instant fame, baby. I mean, that's not you haven't even begun to struggle.
No, that's great.
You're like boom.
Yeah, that's.
But he's a great guy.
That's what we call winning the lottery.
Yeah.
At 15.
Yeah. But I mean, it's not affected him in any
No.
way.
No, he was absolutely.
He's the brightest, most passionate of all guys that, and with the ability to communicate.
And he was
it.
exceptionally patient. He waited around. There was no problem.
Yeah, he's
Yeah, and it was really great. I think it's good to find nice people, and actually I think we were very lucky this week. We found always nice people.
I thought Eddie was nice. I thought Jules was nice. It was very, very pleasant. All of them.
actually
you know?
Jules actually is working with us with it through his manager, isn't he? Really? So
Yeah.
he's actually putting more energy
Well,
into
listen,
it than
he's
we
an Arsenal.
realised.
He's an Arsenal fanatic, so I've got to keep him happy this season in August.
Oh,
I've got
yeah.
to keep him happy. Oh God, thanks. You gave me more work. To do
Oh,
now.
why? Does that you got to get him tickets or?
Yeah,
More,
yeah.
I'm going to try and get him in the board of directors.
Oh, really?
That's always there, you know, to walk in and have lunch with the board
Really?
of directors. Yeah.
Okay, well that'd be
Yeah.
a coup for you.
Yeah.
Pull that one off.
Oh,
And we might even get
Well,
him
the
to
trouble
play
is
to the
I
club.
can easily get him
To the
in-
club.
Yeah.
To the club.
Exactly.
Oh wow! You should do a version that's the football anthem version.
Oh, yeah.
For the Arsenal.
Yeah.
In
Ah,
fact,
but you see, we got a problem. We got to do Tottenham. I mean, we're.
I
You see,
get
this is
slaughtered.
the
I don't know
problem.
actually. Then it becomes like a hooligan
Yeah.
song. Monday night. No, you know, and there is no football on those days of the week. So no, it doesn't
Plus,
won't quite
it
work.
is so complicated now to get
No,
them
I mean,
to give
it's
you
a
authority.
business.
You have to get their managers involved. Each one has a manager. The top players now, Thierry Henry has a manager. It's just, it wasn't like this where you just get them all together and do a song.
Right.
Now you've got to get clearance from 20 people,
Right.
and the sales are not there anymore. You know.
I like the English pop charts in a way because they are flexible. Things happen in those charts where fun, interesting things will just sort of have an
We
impact.
hope, touch wood.
Well, the American market's much harder to crack on
Yeah.
that level because
Yeah, yes,
the
it's big.
millions involved in marketing. You still get the occasional thing just
Yeah.
comes up,
Yeah.
you know. But
Well,
the English
it's
charts have
getting
such
like
funny
that,
things
though.
that will break out.
Yeah, but it's getting that way though.
But you know, in 2 years' time, there won't be a single sales chart. It'll be a download. It'll be a
Download chart.
download chart.
I like that. Personally, I'm really.
That's going to be the
I
future.
love it.
But the problem is how they're going to do the albums. That's going to be the problem.
Well, they'll probably create a really cool online.
I don't. I take them around.
You do.
I said, please just look at these. They're tapes.
Okay.
John, what's the
Right,
code
yeah,
for
this
this?
one I'll,
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
this one I'll
Thank you
leave
very
for
much.
you.
John, what's the code for this SIM card?
9264 I think. So I have it. I have the card.
Yeah, can you tell it to me, because if I type it wrong, then it blocks.
Oh, it blocks?
Yeah, you've got two goes. Third go it blocks. Okay.
Have you ordered a cab?
No, he's Berto insists on taking us. He's away, so yeah.
So what's the final plan, Mr. Producer?
Well-
With the film and the sound and how's
Well,
everything going to wrap
I think
up?
it looks good. I think the problem is trying to get the films onto Barcelona and then onto FedEx, because our insurance doesn't cover any negative problems. So it covers everything else, loss in transit or loss of a spool, but it doesn't actually cover any negative problems. So
And the sound?
the sound we're okay. Yeah, the sound we're okay.
Hand carry.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can have it.
Yeah.
No use.
And you seem to know, the first thing you said to me this morning before good morning was, we need to make copies of the EPK tapes, which tells me what a great producer you are. To take possession, to make it a priority the first day of rap. To
Absolutely.
Take possession
Take
of
possession.
all intellectual property.
Absolutely, and that reminds me, I've also got to take possession of all the release forms as well. We're going to hand all this
Oh,
to...
Terry, where's that release form you picked up last night?
Who taught you that?
Where's
Who
that
taught
release
you the
from?
first day to make sure you take all tape, all film, all
Lord
sound?
Great,
What?
Lord Great, bless him.
Andrea's got it.
The then Lord Great. Get the tapes. In those days it was 1-inch tapes, and they were bloody heavy, I got to tell you.
Yeah, 1-inch
I had to
tape,
slap
yeah.
them,
That's a
And
major
before
slap.
that it was 2-inch tapes.
Uh-huh.
And that was even, I remember arriving in Paris on a plane with a 2-inch tape. Bloody hell, it was heavy. And I thought, yeah, absolutely. Then it got to 1-inch. Then thank God the days of Betacam came, and then the DAT came, and I thought, great, I've got the whole orchestra in 2 DATs. I don't
goes in
need the
my pocket.
musicians. Yeah,
Goes in
they're
my
all in
shirt
my
pocket.
pocket. That's right. I've got the musicians with me.
John,
Is everyone,
That was my
everyone
job.
happened to me when
submit
I
with
bought
the dad
first
a
sample.
To
log,
arrive in
a
the
sound
country.
log,
Hey, I've
which
got
I
the
kept as
musicians.
best
They're
as
in my
I could,
top copy.
while I was working.
Wait, what do you mean
And I
top
had a
copy?
copy of it for myself, which means you could call me about any particular take or
To me
shoot
when
shot,
I bought the
and I can
first
tell you
sampler.
whatever it is you might need to know.
And then the musicians.
Anything
I
else?
mean, it's not complicated, but there's, if
Hang on a
there's
second.
question or
Hang on. You've got to use live
So what should we
musicians.
do?
I said, but I
You wanna
paid
take
them.
it back?
it's up to you.
As long as I paid
I'll
them.
be responsible.
Well,
I know how to
hang on,
handle
we
them.
got to
If
check
not,
that.
Would you?
No, we want them to play
Take
live.
that.
I said, hang on a second.
'cause I just got
If I
something
paid
I'd
them,
rather-
what's
Yeah,
the
there's no
difference? Hang on, we have to have a meeting to discuss that,
them to you.
just in case. We have to have a meeting about a meeting about a meeting. You don't have that problem in the
You're
States
syncing
with the
up
MU.
to
That's the freedom.
Yeah.
Excuse me, is everyone pleased overall with the shoot? Any regrets? Yeah, thumbs up from Rob.
You bet.
Any regrets? Anything you guys feel we didn't get that you had hopes to get?
Well, actually, I was telling John that after having had Junior Jack, Barry Corson, Joe Jules, Pete Tong, Carl Cox, I think maybe I could go and try for Michael Jackson and Madonna. Maybe it's
Michael Jackson will be very easy to agree to pay his debts to Sony. He'll do it. It's not a problem. He'll be the easiest one.
Say that
You
one
just
more
have to find about $400 million. I think that's his debts, and then I'm sure he'll
The
be
Beatle catalog
delighted.
doesn't keep them afloat, huh?
It does, but I think it's already been mortgaged 3 times over. I think, yeah, unfortunately.
Anybody else? What's good and what's bad? Give me a what's good and what maybe you missed out on. If there's nothing, then leave that.
Well, as my grandmother used to say, that everything is always good, because even if the glass is half full, it's not half empty, it's half full, so it's good.
Give me the most positive moment in the last week.
The most
related
positive moment
related to the movie.
related to the movie was
Most exciting, inspiring.
closing of the circle, full circle, another coincidence, when yesterday, filming Pete Tong, after 6 months of work to have him, and until the last second, her manager, I don't know if she will be there, if he will be there. While we were filming, he played To the Club. That's basically where all this started from. So we had the closing of the circle, and let's hope it's a loop. No, exactly. Let's hope it's a loop that will last forever.
Yeah, let's hope to the club is the beginning of
Yeah,
you
the
know.
first hit.
Yeah,
of the
absolutely. Of a whole soundtrack and DVD.
Because nothing really
Okay,
still
okay.
happens.
Well, I would consider it
It's
personally.
good to be an optimist.
I consider
but,
it
cautious
a
optimist.
radio hit to some extent already.
Yeah, but we want to make money.
No, I know. I know. Any
Otherwise, we.
any regrets?
Right.
Do you not
I
make
need.
any money
Actually
if they
now,
play
after
on
spending so
BBC?
much money,
Unfortunately,
I think.
the publishing you do, but unfortunately, the mechanical sales today, unless you're in several compilations,
But I'll go.
it's very difficult.
I'll go.
Yeah.
From
The
how
income.
many people listen to Radio 1?
Yeah.
10 million?
12 million, I think.
And how much do you get anything? What do you get when they play your song to 12 million people?
I don't know. In fact,
It's like what? Music videos?
Music
plays?
video plays, ancillary music. If you happen to be all these Saturday morning shows like the CD shows, the BBC shows.
Oh, they do a
you
lot
know,
of that.
Yeah, they do a lot of that Saturday morning. And these are excellent earners because it's free TV, it's terrestrial. So the income is high. When you start getting into, obviously, the cable channels, it's non-existent.
Right.
The money is just peanuts.
Guys, give me a positive. Give me a great moment, guys, from this year.
Great.
From the last week.
Well, actually, I had
related to the
my
movie.
two most satisfying acting moments for me were the first scene at this restaurant that we did with Terry, and when Terry was trying to get me to go out with him. It was just, it was just a night. It was a great moment. It felt very real.
with the one.
Yeah, when we're sitting
When we
there
were
and Terry's
sitting
like, "Come on, you gotta go out." I'm just feeling so conned by him. It was just a very real, funny scene. So it could be a great.
What's this?
Let's talk about great moments. So one of the ones was our restaurant scene.
Yeah.
And I felt very good actually about the Junior Jack's interview, Jack, because.
Yeah, I saw that. You were very relaxed, and so was he, and I think it really clicked.
But it took a couple of takes to get on the flow,
Yeah.
and then the third take really felt, it had to be two things. Number one, it had to be succinct enough to use, and number two, it had to be real and energetic enough to be interesting. And so I think that it fell into both of those areas, and that's satisfying because they. This is acting,
where I have some
pure improv. Very, so it's an interesting craft, basically. So that was my, I think,
The
high.
Michael Radford technique. Put them together and see what it leads to,
Yeah.
and then work in the edit. Yeah,
So
it's great.
That was
Yeah.
great.
Anything very memorable from the last week related to the movie?
I think the
Any
memorable
moments?
thing is that we made it in such a short space of time. When you consider what Ago and I were at the film festival, 15 days ago, on the phone to John, getting everybody here was just memorable. Such a short period of time.
Yeah.
I think that was an achievement in itself.
I think
Yeah.
the movie within the movie, or the movie from without, not from without, but from the exterior, is really how a bunch of people coming from different experiences
Different countries.
put together a movie,
Well, one
or
other
try to.
experience, I must tell you, I was actually surprised with all the Spanish speaking. Now I didn't expect that actually. A Spanish speaking crew. I was,
Not me.
taken back. I must be honest with you. I thought, right, hang on a second. Well, are we? Where are we in Cuba?
Yeah, right.
So how many? 5, 6 of the crew speak Spanish?
Yeah.
You, Michael, Carla,
Yeah.
Evelyn,
Berto,
Augusto,
Berto, yeah.
6.
unbelievable.
Chris speaks
Yeah.
very good.
7. Very good.
I should have listened to my grandmother. She said, Elliot, sit down with me and I'll teach you Spanish. You see, I knew she was right. There you are.
So Elliot's grandmother said some important things too.
So the
You're not
grandmother,
the only one.
grandmothers are important.
Terry, any important moments? Terry, quick.
They all are, mate. Every one of them.
Okay, are you coming?
I'm gonna come back. Call you when I have a shower.
When I have?
When I had a shower.
Ah, you still have to shower.
No, I have to do one. I'm really late.
Ah, okay, go.
Okay.
All right, see you. That's good. So where's the parking? Let's see. This parking. Perdone, ¿es esto el parking más cerca de la villa? ¿O hay otros que...? Este. ¿Podemos dejarlo aquí? Then you get off. You know why? You know the reason why? Because you see what we ate at midday? Only black beans.
What? What's that?
Only black beans.
Black what?
Oh, by the way, we met him when we were after unloading.
Oh, did you last night?
Yeah.
What did you say?
I didn't hear what he said.
Could you feel probably fine? The only thing is that John couldn't come in your room.
Can you repeat your philosophy just briefly about living long or short and making that choice, please?
I was saying that some people, I don't know why, they take drugs, they drink too much alcohol, smoke. All this obviously will make their life shorter. So, as life is really good, I would like to make it longer. So let's make it longer. Otherwise, if you really want to make it short, just go crash your head against a wall, and so you don't have any problem anymore.
We should have a section on the DVD. That poem. Keep going. Start again.
When you feel it really matters, you get up and be alright. When you think that you know someone, and that someone is denied, call your name up in the desert. Call your name. Now or never.
Is that it?
Call your father. Because maybe he's dying. Call your mother, now she's crying. Don't be the one you know. Let your body move into your soul. Four times, yes? 5 times.
I think Rebecca will end up on the cutting room floor.
This is the local drink called Yerbas. I don't know if you try it.
Last time we did, yes.